All right, we are live. All right, this is awesome. Welcome everyone to Modern Movement Maker community. We are so happy to have you here, and I'm so honored to be here with my friend Nicole. Welcome to my living room and welcome to your house.
Hi.
Your house. I am just going to introduce myself a little bit, and then I'm going to get a chance to introduce my friend Nicole. We are friends from our church community, and I am so honored because she is such a beautiful person, and I just am so thrilled for you to get to know her. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Brooks. I am a mother of two, a dog mom, a wife, a vocal artist, an entrepreneur. I'm kind of a lot of things, but what I'm most in my heart proud of within what we are creating here is that I am a modern movement maker. And what that means is that we put movement to mission, and we want to create waves of inspired action of love and compassion in this world. And we want to bring healing and love and growth in the world around us. And so essentially we're hope dealers. That's what we are. We like to call ourselves hope dealers. So I want to introduce Nicole. I'm going to ask her a few questions. I'm so excited, Nicole, to interview you. And we are live. So if you are watching live, it looks like we have 4 watching here. Please put in the comments below where you're watching from. We will be sure to come back and connect with you later. If you are watching the replay, please hit replay or type in replay so that we can be sure to connect with you there. You can also find more information about Modern Movement Makers at modernmovementmaker.com, and you can read a little bit about it. If you feel aligned with anything that is going on, please shoot me a message over on modernmovementmaker.com, and feel free to connect with me. I am so thrilled. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to be here.
We are very real. We're very imperfect. And here we are. Do you see the mud on my floor from all the dogs coming in and out of the house? It's just beautiful, isn't it? I love how just, we can show up in our mess. And thanks for coming over today, Nicole.
And my real piece is that I'm holding up my laptop in my laundry room against the windowsill because there's good lighting here. So there we go, right?
What? And if we could just take like a brief second, because you are the first interview that I'm doing on Modern Movement Makers in 2021. So we're just going to take a minute to like, woo woo, 2021. Oh, I'm so happy it's here. What a year, but we are looking forward in hope. And we're excited. So welcome to the community. And I just want to first start off with just tell us a little bit about your life, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you like the medium length version, and because there's a lot in there. So I'll start in 7th and 8th grade. I was interested in volleyball, and so I played on my middle school teams. And when I got to 8th grade, the varsity coach was also the 8th grade coach, and she, spotted my talent and really told me, you have potential to play at the collegiate level. And so that inspired me. I fell in love with the sport. She invited me to the varsity camp as an 8th grader. So I'm like this little scared little bean in the mix of all the big kids. And so I go to that camp that was led by a former Northwood University coach. And at the end, he tells me I see that you have potential to play at the collegiate level, like Division I or 2. And so that became my goal. That was my, this is what I want for my life. I want to get a college scholarship. I started playing travel volleyball in 9th grade, which is actually a little bit late compared to everyone else who had been playing since they were tiny tots. So I start playing travel volleyball. I luckily got recruited. I ended up going to Central Connecticut State University on a fluoride volleyball scholarship. I played there for 4 years and studied biology with a minor in chemistry and American Sign Language. And when I finished up there, my thought was, okay, I want to stay on the East Coast. I'm originally from Michigan. And my thought was, I want to stay on the East Coast. I have a lot of connections. I'll be able to find a job easier. So that led me to move up to Bar Harbor, Maine to work at the Jackson Laboratory, which is a huge research endeavor. They are, it's an interesting kind of place because they have professors who are affiliated with the University of Maine and Tufts in Boston, but they're an independent organization that uses all the money that they use. They essentially make mice, like research mice, and they sell them to researchers back to through the I was working there. My plan was to work there for 2 years and then go to graduate school. But then I had a little bit of interruption in my life, and I was diagnosed with a giant cell tumor bone tumor in my pelvis. And that was extremely painful. It was a grueling process to get a diagnosis. I was in so much pain. I was not living. I would come home from work and Charlie, anyway, I would come home from work and lay on the floor and just be miserable. So in March of 2018, I had a huge surgery that removed over half of my sacrum, a third of my pelvic bone on the right side, and I had a huge reconstruction. They had 4 different surgeries that time. I was under anesthesia for over 24 hours. So it was a huge deal where they had to reconstruct my pelvis. After that, I essentially ended up losing my job at the Jackson Laboratory because I was out for so long. I moved home, recovered, got a new job at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, working as a research assistant in microbiology and immunology. I was previously working in a cancer biology lab at Jax. And, started off, I worked there for about a year now, and then I started having problems with my hardware. My hardware was coming loose. The bone graft that they had put in didn't fuse correctly, and so I didn't have a stable, solid pelvis, and that was just wearing and wearing on the hardware. So I previously underwent surgery to have that corrected. Again, I had 4 more surgeries this year, or actually, well, it's 2021 now, so last year, in October and November. And so, yeah, here I am. I'm recovering and living at home with my parents right now. Hopefully, I'm getting ready to go back to work. But that is like the medium length story of my life. Oh no, I can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I put it on mute, so in case the dogs barked. But you say your story so humbly, and you say it with, you guys, Nicole is an incredible human. The strength that comes from this woman is unbelievable. Your mental attitude through this has just been so inspiring to me, because here you are, recovering from a major surgery, and you've had an incredible medical team around you, but that there has been, that it's coming from within your strength. And I'd love for you to just tell us a little bit about who has been inspiring you through this time, or just in your past, what has inspired you through some of your challenges.
Yeah, so number 1 is definitely my dad. He is just the hardest working man you'll ever meet, and he's not afraid to get down and dirty. He works for our family to provide for us, but then he also just inspires me to work hard and to be a better person. He gets down and does my physical therapy with me when we were in Boston for my surgeries and I was recovering for a bit. Like every single day, he did it with me and encouraged me to do it. And so he's definitely my number 1 inspiration, because he's always been there for me, always will be. I know that. And he's such a hard worker that, like, how can you not be around someone like that and not want to just be better? But
absolutely. Yeah. And you and I have that in common. Both our fathers are incredibly hardworking, inspirational people. And I'm just so grateful that you have made mention to that, because a lot of who we are, comes from our heritage and where we are. But at the same time, you are unique in you. And it's so wonderful to hear you bring him honor. And by the way, we have 5 people watching, and Matt Brooks, my husband, is watching, and he says hi.
Hi.
And also Amy, nice to see you here. She's an incredible human as well. So thank you for watching, everyone. I wanted to just also ask you another question, because I think it's so important today, not just today, but important this year and important moving forward, to recognize what gives us hope. And so that's the next question. What gives you hope, Nicole, in the midst of all that you're mentally, spiritually, physically doing right now?
And my hope comes from
You're breaking up just a little bit. Your mic was breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, try it one more time.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just saying my hope comes from the depth of my soul, where the Holy Spirit of Jesus Christ lies, because without having faith in Jesus Christ and Christ alone, I wouldn't be where I am today. So yeah, I just know that he holds all things in his hands. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning and the end, and the Almighty. And that is what gives me hope. And I think anything else out there is false hope. And so I hope if you don't have that in your life, then you don't. I know you do, Amy, but others out there, I hope you find that if you don't have it.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing. The inspiration and the hope that comes from a faith in Jesus Christ. Absolutely. And I have been inspired by many, many things have inspired me. However, we can stand strong in our personal faith and our personal relationship with Christ. It's awesome. Okay, so I wanted to ask you another question, because it kind of leads into it. Do you have a faith? Well, you kind of answered it. Do you have a faith practice? What has been over the years? What led you to that faith practice? I guess you can share that.
Yeah, I grew up going to church. My parents took me to church as a little kid, and I gave my life to Christ at a vacation Bible school event when I was, I don't know, maybe first or second grade. So going to church on Sundays has been a routine practice in my life, but I think more recently I've really honed in on my personal practice of like really owning it and making it mine, and not just something that I did because of my family or my background. Reading on my own, praying on my own, journaling, things like that have really like drawn me closer to Christ himself. And so I think I've really like owned that personally within like my college and after years.
Yeah, that's great. Jillian says hello. Hi, Jillian. Welcome. So another question that we had talked about earlier is, you actually mentioned you meditate and you pray. Has that been, you said through college, you said that started in college time, or is that more in recent days since your surgeries, or have you always done that?
I think I would say I've always done that, but I think it's become more special to me maybe like around these times when I've really had to rely on it, and when my faith has been tested through, rough waters, if you say. So I think it's been a practice that
I lost you. Oh, that's good. Okay, you're back.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know if my Wi-Fi is bad or something. I can just kind of start from the top, but I was just quickly saying that I think it's something I've always done, but it's really just become more special and more meaningful when it has had to turn into the rock and the foundation through testing and like rough waters that I've been going through. So I think like meditating and praying, I'd say I've recently become more interested in meditating, like those long, like 20, 30-minute sessions where you're like going through a guided meditation or something to really like bring you back down. I think that's been super fun to experiment with that. But prayer has always been a part of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. It grounds us, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, completely. I don't know where I would be without it. But then otherwise, journaling has become an outlet for my prayer. More recently, I'd say within the last 2 years, keeping a journal, just getting it out on paper helps me release it and, not have to worry about it and think about it.
Absolutely. I call it a brain dump. I used to do a morning routine of just brain dumping everything. And then at the end of the day, just giving gratitude, having a gratitude journal. Now I've kind of shifted into I write gratitude in the morning, and then I kind of check my vibe in the evening and see where I'm at, and then the things that I can be grateful for in that day, the goals that I've accomplished, things like that. So thank you for sharing that. So another question that I want to ask, a couple more, and then we'll say goodbye. But thank you for those again who are popping on. Please feel free to share this if you think it will inspire others. We are here for that. So how are you making waves of inspired action, Nicole? I love this question because, we're originally from Southern California, and I grew up around the Pacific Ocean, and there's a connection that I have with the ocean that I cannot quite fully describe. Just watching its power and watching its just magnitude, just really it has really expressed itself in my life as a way to understand life, and how grandiose it can be, and how there's ebbs and flows and tides, and it's such a good metaphor for life. So as we kind of go through life with that same that same flow, we can also make waves by our actions and things. So how do you think that has represented itself in your life?
I would say my biggest platform would be through social media, and not that I have, thousands of followers or anything like that, but through my friends and family. I hope that by sharing my most authentic self, people see that, and almost like me wanting to be like my dad. Not that I want people to be like me, but I hope that the light of Christ shines through me, and people see something and they say, oh, that looks different. What's different about her? Or what's different about how she handles something? Or what's different about how she interacts with the world? And I hope that through daily encounters or through social media encounters, that people see that, I'm just trying to live my authentic self, and then that inspires them to be their true selves. I've talked about breaking the stigma of mental health, going to counseling or therapy. I have a lot of doctors and medical professionals surrounding me. And so, I that's a passion that I have on my heart. So those are just a couple things that I just try to live out. And
beautiful.
Do.
That's so beautiful. I love that. And we really can, once we're able to meet in person more, or whatever God moves us to do in this world, it is about our purpose, right? And your purpose is going to be different than my purpose. And that's my goal of Modern Movement Makers, is that we can shine light on the purposes that we are here for. And the table is open. This is a community of individuals. Some may have our same faith and some may not, but still, as a purpose in our lives, we are meant to live in our full purpose. And that is actually my word for 2021. Can you share your word real quick? I know we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I choose 2 words because I can never narrow it down to one. But my words for 2021 are steadfast and joy. I think it's so easily to get wrapped up in happenings of the world, and so those can get you down so easily if you don't agree with what's going on, or this or that or the other thing. So just finding joy, through gratitude, or through friendships, or the joy of the Lord, but also steadfastness in my relationship with Christ and others, because it's so hard to connect right now I think being steadfast in connection is going to help, just my mental attitude for sure, but also just interacting with others and like building that community.
Absolutely, for sure. And then earlier, I wanted you to share one more thing, and then we can, I'll ask you if you want us to know anything else before we go. What does your name mean? One part of, I have this on the website as well in modernmovementmakers.com, but I actually have my name tattooed on my leg. And I had it tattooed on my leg for a very specific reason. I was going through a really hard time myself when I turned 30, and I just needed to live into who I felt that I was created to be. And part of that was my name, and my name means beloved. And it just was reminding me that, I'm his beloved and he is mine. And I needed to really lean into that a little bit more. And so I tattooed it on my leg. So I love hearing what names mean, why they're chosen. Or I mean, maybe you don't know why your name is chosen, but what does your name mean? And I know that some people know it and some people don't, and you had to Google it, and that's good. So what did your name mean? Oh, she got kicked off. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if we can. Oh, you're back. Hold on.
I'm so sorry. My internet is pretty bad.
That's okay. We're almost finished here, but I'm glad you made it back.
Thank you.
What does your name mean, Nicole?
So when you asked this, like before I started talking, I actually had to look it up because I didn't know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I probably should know. But so Nicole is the feminine version of Nicholas, which has Greek origin, and it's kind of a two-part word meaning victory and people. And so I guess it's kind of come to mean victory of the people or victory for the people. So yeah, it's Greek, and I guess my people just liked it.
I think that's so awesome because it just encompasses who you are, like as a person, and it's so inspiring to hear that. So Nicole, is there anything else you want to leave us with? How can people find you if they want to reach out?
Yeah, I was just going to say, find people that inspire you. Some people that inspire me are like Joanna Gaines, Morgan Harper Nichols, people that are living their true authentic self. You, obviously, you inspire me too. So Amy, and yeah, but like find people that you're comfortable with and that lead you in positivity. And if you'd like to reach out or connect, you can find me at Nicole Dean 226 on most social media platforms. And yeah, I think that's about all I have for you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please feel free to share this video out as you feel led. It'll be up in Modern Movement Makers community, which you can find on Facebook. And you can also find us on Instagram as well, in Modern Movement Maker. And here we are. So thank you so much. And I am just hope you have a great day. Hope everyone else out there who was listening have a great day. Larissa, hi. My friend Larissa from California is saying hello. It just was wonderful to spend this time together, and I look forward to the next interview, and thank you for being a part of the community, Nicole.
Yes, and here's to 2021.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, thank you.